grew up on a farm over on Whidbey Island in the Santa Fuca area. My dad always told me, "You're not going to be much of a farmer." Well, he was right. Growing up on the farm wasn't that much fun for me. There were chores. You spent a lot of time feeding the cats, feeding the dogs, feeding the chickens, feeding the geese. We had something called guinea fowl. They are a little like chickens, but they look like a mottled rock walking around on two legs. The ugliest things I've ever seen. I don't think you eat them. I'm not sure what good they are. God has a reason. You also have the turkey. Did I say geese? We had horses, cows. Oh yeah, back to the geese. You'd walk out the door, get a little bit of feed, look around tentatively. No geese. It's good. I got a chance to get to the feed bucket with the feed in my hand so I can fill it up for them. Ah, there's the geese, and they would chase me and nip at me, and I'd run over there and slop that in and run back as fast as I could. Still have nightmares about geese. They are not fun. Not for me. Not much of a farmer. We had something called stone bolts. A stone bolt is a little like a sled with a platform on it, kind of low to the ground. You'd hook it up to the tractor, and you'd drive it in the field. And of course, all the farm hands, would walk along beside it, pick up rocks, and throw them on the stone bolt. Well, you have a flat stomach after that. All those fields with all the hay, growing lots of crops. I think our major crop was rocks for the stone bolt. Nowadays, I think farmers have a good idea. They get all the kids in the neighborhood to go out and put a little paint on the rocks out there in the field. And then everybody from Oak Harbor comes out to the field and collects them and takes them home. No more use for the stone bolt. Great idea. I had brothers, older brothers, way older brothers, and they loved picking on me. And when you live on a farm, there's lots of room to be away from mom's and dad's eyes, so they can do lots of terrible things to little sisters. I had a doll collection. Lots of dolls. I love to play on the dolls. Not a farmer, right? In the house playing with the dolls. I had a Kewpie doll collection. You might remember Kewpie dolls? They weren't very pretty. They're worth a lot of money now, if I had any, because the boys would take them up, put them on the fence posts, get out the BB guns. Oh no, not! Yeah, I told my mom we should have had sisters. My dad was a nice guy. He put up a note on the fence, big letters. Do not cross this pasture unless you can do it in 9 seconds. Because the bull can do it in 10. Do you know what you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. My dad had a habit of setting fire to the fields. He'd get one going on one end and he'd coerce it to the other end. And that was to take care of the weeds, burn it down to the ground. And that was usually in the fall after the crops had, done. But then in the winter time, he'd come in, get a glass of wine, set himself down in front of the fireplace, and he'd light a fire, put a little tinder in it, and coerce that fire just like he did the ones in the field. I thought he was an arsonist. Do you know the difference between a rich farmer and a politician, a rich politician? There are no rich farmers. An old farmer was walking down by the pond. He spotted a bullfrog. He reached down, grabbed it, started to put it in his pocket. And the bullfrog said, "Kiss me on the lips, and I'll turn into a beautiful farmer's wife." And the farmer thought about that for a minute. And the frog said, "Hey, did you hear what I had to say?" And the farmer said, "Yeah, but at my age, I'd rather have a talking bullfrog." Farming is hard, but there are lessons learned, and there's lots of fun. One day I asked my dad, "What's a day off?" He replied, "I don't know, honey. We're farmers."